Uganda's industrial journey remains uncertain. Has the country truly moved beyond the first stage of industrialization? The reality tells a different story. Efforts to boost production continue to stall, hampered by uncoordinated government initiatives.
When you look at what's going on the ground and what's coming out, sometimes we put money in the hands of people who are not trained. Nyaka's approach is to work with the people we work with, train them, work with them for at least a year before we put a business in hands. We just had primary elections. I'm from Kanungu. I was there when this was going on. Rather than go house to house giving money to people to vote for you, spend that money in a radio program teaching them in a local language how they can grow, how they can add value. Form them in groups and encourage them to be transparent, to save, to spend, and when they borrow, to borrow for the right businesses.
The Uganda Industrial Research Institute, tasked with incubating startups and industries, says the biggest barrier to progress is not technology or resources, but mindset.
The missing link mainly is on the mindset change. We have to train some of these farmers on the latest methods of farming, then post-harvest, best methods for post-harvest, to ensure that your products, by the time they get to the market, they are of good quality and safe for human consumption. Our target is to be at the fourth industrial revolution. As scientists at Uganda Industrial Research Institute, we are trying to move the country to the fourth industrial revolution, where we have the digitalization in manufacturing, using robotics.
However, the Harvard Group notes that before industrial growth can take off, the government must address the basics, improving rural infrastructure like roads and electricity, which continue to hold back production.
In my own personal observation, it does feel that especially in the rural areas, in the upcountry and rural areas, the basic infrastructure, the need for the government and for private capital of all kinds, domestic as well as international, is needed to provide basic infrastructure, roads, electricity, water, those kinds of things are really necessary before a lot of the industrial development.
Uganda's industrial future hinges on fixing basics, roads, power and policy. Until then, the global competitiveness will remain out of reach. Betty Ndagire, NTV Business.